Hi, my name is Natasha Sharma and I am a children's book author and I am delighted to be here speaking to you about something that is icky and messy but super delicious. What could it possibly be? A big hint is in the color of the shirt that I'm wearing today. So while all of us at the moment in India and around the world are tucked away at home trying to stay safe and stay healthy, nature, if you look out of your window, is really getting on with it, isn't it? The seasons are changing. It was cold earlier, it's now become warm. We're in spring going into summer. And if I look outside my window, I'm lucky enough to have these lovely trees outside that are full of yellow flowers at the moment. And more than that, I can hear the familiar bird call of the koel. And the minute I hear a koel singing and I see buds flowering on the trees, the first thing that comes to mind to me is a mango. Mangoes, mangoes, mangoes. I love mangoes. In fact, I love them so much that I wrote an entire book about them. I wrote The Good Indian Child's Guide to Eating Mangoes, and I followed that up with another in the series, which is The Good Indian Child's Guide to Playing Cricket. Now, today I am going to be telling you a couple of fun things and leave you with a rather creative activity to do that I'd love to see images of later on if you'll share them on social media. From this book, when I first released it about a year and a half ago, the first thing I heard from friends, family, and when I went and showed it to children was, really? Do we really need a guide to eating mangoes? Of course you do. There's no two doubts about it, okay? So this book tells you not just about the different kinds of mangoes and the perfect moment to eat one and the many different ways to eat a mango, some of which you've probably never ever thought about, but it also gives you a personality quiz. Do you need a personality quiz? Really? Of course. You need to match the way to eat a mango to yourself. And in addition, in this book, there's something really strange going on with the mango that you will see at every corner of this page. At the moment, there's a slipper flying towards it. So whenever you pick up this book, once the lockdown is over, before that, you can call up your local bookseller and tell them to get you a copy. You can put it in your online cart, so whenever deliveries open up. But there's something going on. There's a really second story going on right here. Oops, I can't show you all the pages. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am first going to tell you two different ways, which are some of my favorite ways in this to eat a mango. Okay, the first one is called the everyone else exit now way. What? That's a pretty big tongue twister. It's also called the all or nothing way, also known as the mega mess method, also known by me as the chaddi banyan method. I hope you know what a chaddi and a banyan is. Okay, so in case you don't, this is a banyan and this is a chaddi. And the reason that it's very important was this was my favorite way in my childhood to eat a mango. I loved eating mangoes as a kid. I love eating them today. They make me super excited and they make me go back to childhood, which is one of the reasons why I think adults really become like little children when they have to eat a mango. So this was my favorite way, and my favorite mango was and still is the langra. Okay, and when I was growing up, I grew up in North India, in Amritsar. And as summer season progressed, the mangoes changed varieties. But when I got to Mumbai, where I live about 15 years ago, I realized that mango season for many people here begins and ends with Hapus, which is also known as Alfonso. So this really is a way which is very good with a langra. You can also try it with an Alfonso. But here's what you have to do. Are you ready? If you have a real mango, you can possibly try this again. Wash your hands well before that. And you must, in fact, try it. Wear your oldest clothes, if not your chaddi banyan. And you have to sit cross-legged on a newspaper-lined floor, preferably outside your house because it's so messy. So step one in this is hold the mango bravely in one hand. Step two, hand it to an equally brave adult to peel the entire mango with a knife. Don't try doing this yourself with a knife. You must give it to an adult and tell them, you don't cut the mango. No, you just peel the whole mango. Now, what do you think is going to happen when you peel the entire mango? It is super slippery. So you have to carefully hold. Imagine if this is peeled, you have to carefully hold this peeled and super slippery mango with your fingers of both the hands. If you try holding it like this, that's gone. It's going to go flying across the floor. So hold it well and then look around. And what you will see is that everyone else around you has fled the room. They have all gone away because they can't bear to see what is going to happen next. But I can tell you, you will definitely enjoy it. Now you open your mouth wide, bring this mango up to your mouth and sink your teeth deep into it. And you keep turning as you bite this, and you get all the sticky syrup and all the lovely mango chunks into your mouth, and they're going to be dripping down your mouth. I can't wait to peel this one and do that with my mango. Rotate the mango till there is nothing left to eat on it. Now, here's the part. Wipe off the mango pulp and mango juice from your face, your cheeks, your hands, your chin, your neck, your nose, your forehead, your ears, possibly even inside your nostrils, your hair. What do you do with your hair? You can't really clean your hair, so you have to wash your hair, clear your nostrils, wipe the floor. We're not done yet. Wipe the floor, wipe the walls. Don't look up at the ceiling. You can't get to it anywhere. So whatever mango splashes have got to the ceiling, leave them there. And next, quickly hide your mother's dupatta that you might have used as a napkin. Oh my gosh. That was the mega mess method of eating a mango. Are you ready to go to your fridge and get one? Hang on just a minute. I have a super special way which I can guarantee you none of you have tried at home and none of you must. It is a special suggestion, but it can only be done. I'm just pulling myself to the page. It can only be tried by martial art experts who have trained in the art of cutting a mango, because it is particularly called the Karate Cut Crazies method, also known as the don't try this at home way under any circumstances. Now, for this, I am going to have to demonstrate it for you. I can't just sit here in a chair and do this. I have to show it to you and then I will take you back to the pages. So give me a moment while I move my chair aside. And here we go. Okay. So you have to first get your posture right. Okay. You have to keep your legs apart. Keep your feet firmly on the ground. Okay. Push down so that you are strong on your feet. Pick up one mango in one hand. If you're a right-handed person, pick it up in your right hand. Keep your left hand firm, shoulders back, close to the body. Now, are you ready? You can do this along with me with a pretend mango in your hand just for practice. You throw the mango up in the air, whee! And as it descends, you quickly get both hands in action and go chop, 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 chop. Pick up a plate from one side, kick it with your foot, collect the mango, and bow. In case that was a little too fast, we're going to try that again. Feet firmly on the ground. Hold a pretend mango in your hand. Keep this hand close to your body. Throw the mango up. Whee! As it descends. Slice through the thing. Pick up a plate. Kick it into action. Catch it. And bow. That's called the Karate Cut Crazies way. And as I said, do not try this at home way. So that's the girl getting her posture right. Here's what she does. She holds the mango in one hand, keeps her other hand close to the body, throws it up in the air. Whee! This is my favorite illustration. And by the way, the illustrations are done by this fabulous illustrator, Shreya Sen. This is one of my favorite pages that she drew. She throws it up in the air and then she slices it mid-air and kicks a plate into place right here. And then she catches it in the plate and bows down. And as it says, this method is way harder than it sounds and needs years of watching martial art movies before you can master the moves. Not a recommended method at all. Do not try this at home under any circumstances. Now, at the end of this book, in addition to doing all these crazy things, it has an entire section that says know more about mangoes. So when you're eating mangoes this summer, perhaps you should take the time to find out a little bit more about the different kinds of mangoes. But not only that, remember you have the personality quiz. It also talks about the different ways, new challenges you can give yourself as you learn to eat a mango, and perhaps share it, perhaps not share it, because here is a very interesting question right at the beginning. It says here on the title page, what does it mean to be good while eating a mango? And it says, do adults need to be good to read this book? Well, that's a big question. What does it mean to be good while eating a mango? That question has more questions to help you solve the puzzle inside this book. Does it mean that you're good if you share the mango with your friends? Does it mean that it's good if there's one mango and there are 4 of you, you don't share it, but you grab the mango and you run for your life because you need to get fiber and vitamins and you need to eat healthy? What does it mean to really be good? And not only that, at the end, there are some lovely recipes that are child-friendly enough to do on your own with a little help from your friends, and a lot more fun activities. So here's the activity I am going to leave you with. Okay, so this is, I am not the illustrator, but I can draw sort of a mango shape. That's the one I came up with. And the way I drew this was I started at one end here and I just went around like a opposite C, if you can call it that, like this. And then I gave it a little curve in to give it a pokey bit. That's another one. You can also make it a bit rounder with just a little tip here, whichever way you want. So I would like you to try drawing any kind of a mango shape. It can be close to this, it could be longer, it could be fatter, that's up to you. But once you have drawn a mango shape, what is also known as the umbi, or also in places the Carey shape, it's a very popular shape in design, and it's called the paisley, and it's often in clothes and in all kinds of things. It's extremely popular. What I would love for you to do is think of what this shape can turn into. So it doesn't need to stay a mango. What else can you make it? So one is, of course, that you could decorate it. But here's a little idea, which is sort of there in the book that I am going to show you. If I turn the mango like this, okay, does that look familiar to you? Does that look sort of like a beak of a bird which is bright green in color? A parrot, perhaps. So there's a mango which is called the totapuri, and it is a particularly pronounced little thing, and it's called the totapuri because its shape looks like the beak of a parrot, which in Hindi is a tota. So I could turn this into a parrot head. I'm going to try and be as good as I possibly can. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a thing here and a little bit here and one eye, and that should do the job. So something as simple as that. It could be a flamingo beak, perhaps. It could become ears. So here's something I thought of. If I put a face like this, and then I give you one mango ear here and one mango ear here. Look. And then those could also be pigtails, actually, little ponytails. So you could try doing something like that. I'm not a great illustrator, but that's not what is important. We all just want to have fun and try our way. So I've got little mango-eared little girl. So it could go into many, many places. It could be the petals of a flower, perhaps. Many, many things. So what I would love for you to do is try your hand at drawing something and then take a photograph. If your parents have a social media platform on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, they can post it and tag me on Facebook. I am Natasha Sharma Writes. And on Instagram and Twitter, I am @WritesNatasha. And also tag HarperCollins Children's Books India. And put a little note there that this is from the Good Indian Child's Guide to Eating Mangoes. It will help us trace them out, particularly if you tag us. And I would love to repost it in my stories and say, well, this little girl or little boy has drawn this thing with a little umbi Carey mango shape. So do join in to this little fun exercise of drawing something. If you make something delicious with a mango, post a photograph about it. Again, tag us. We'll keep sharing it because this is the season to love mangoes. Perhaps I can make a heart out of it, actually. Should I try it? Let's see. Yeah, sort of. It's the season to love mangoes all the time. Thank you for listening, and I hope to be back soon with a cricket book with some fun insights into it. I hope that you have a super delicious season ahead. Stay safe and stay healthy. Bye bye.